Match-up. Madrid disappointing in the end there. They lack urgency. Osimhen in acres of space out wide. Nesta. Well, now here's a good battle, bicep to bicep. And this is Ronaldo. Stam gets it clear. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. And this is Batistuta. Robertson. He's beaten the... And the finish!
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Madrid do have a chance to counter here. Can he get on the end of this? Now the delivery. Stam is there and he can get that clear.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
Vinicius Junior. And once more he proves rigid and robust. Robertson is always looking to play quality balls. Austin chance! Goal! Germany! And Germany are in front. They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
But Peter, they should just never have lost the ball from there, but you have to give credit and fairness to the front-footed pressing too. Made things quite uncomfortable for them.
So the first goal of the game.
Well, I think the managers are going to have to scrap whatever they had in mind for the half-time team talks. One has got to tone it up now and the other has to tone it down.
Cristiano Ronaldo. Too much on it, and that is an easy claim for the keeper. Guardiola. There were better options before the ball was lost. Easy to say from up here, I know.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
That's it, 45 minutes up. A very combative, competitive half with just the one decisive moment. It's been compelling stuff. Germany leading by one at the break.
There's plenty of positives to take despite the lead being so small, Peter. I think playing well, good energy, a little more composure up front perhaps. That's not too much to ask.
Germany leading via the game's only goal, 1-0 at the break. Back on the way then. Germany currently ahead by the smallest of margins. Out towards the flank. And it's played in. Cleared without hesitation. Bellingham. That's destined for the flank. Now looking to orchestrate a counter. And that could set him on his way. And that is well cleared. Well, there was an element of promise insofar as they kept the ball well, but they did very little with it. Osimhen looking to receive it in space. Roberto Carlos.
I wouldn't fancy playing up front in these circumstances, to be honest. There's absolutely no supply.
Robertson looking to play him in, and he plays one through. It's a pretty loose pass. Roberto Carlos cuts out the pass. Guardiola, nicely weighted ball.
Osimhen really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
Just coming up to the hour mark, and it's still 1-0. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Still no way through. The defending here is resolute. No, that's been intercepted. So we've reached the hour mark. Now it's Vinicius Junior. Passing nice and neat. Thuram kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Rijkaard is the distributor-in-chief, always looking for movers. Bale, pass somewhat off target. Vermaelen gets it away. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, this lead is beginning to look a little delicate. I'd rather see them show the ambition and adventure to go further ahead. But it seems as if they've settled for a riskier approach now to defend this.
He's in plenty of space here. He is through here. Stood up well to him there. Roberto Carlos did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. And it's made its way to it. Gets his head on it! Not a bad try by any means.
Bale is clearly kicking himself here. He knew that was a great opportunity.
Substitution for Germany, number 18.
So changes afoot here, and from both sides.
Number 13, Pep Guardiola. Number 45, Osman. Number 7,
This is a promising build-up.
Vinicius
It's
Junior.
Robertson.
Coming on the field, number 12.
Played through into space.
Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive?
Number 19,
A header!
Messi.
Oh, the ball's come. Oh, he's been caught on it, and it's come back out to him.
Substitutions taking place.
Cleared away. And the shot! Oh, it's a stunning goal! He's got himself an absolute peach. Right back in it. Almost no time remaining. Game still on. And that is stunning. Just too hot to handle.
Yeah, you just don't save those, Peter.
Shoots! That's put paid to the danger. Threads one in, foot in, whistle's gone, that's a foul. Well, that looks like a final warning, still no card. So he's plotting something before playing it in. And that has been cleared. And this is Van Basten.
Germany clearly are pushing for the win here, Peter. It's making for a very frantic end to this game.
Ibrahimovic! And that's a tidy finish. And the game is well and truly turned on its head. And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Madrid are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert a defensive situation into a goal, and it's very impressive.
Substitution for Germany, number 14.
So we have further
Robertson.
activity on the bench here.
Coming on the
Yeah, they're
field
looking for some
is
imagination, and
number
his job's
4,
going to be to add that
Sylvester.
element of craft and guile, the man pulling the strings.
Madrid leading now.
I think there's been a greater menace to everything they've been doing.
Takes a shot! And the assistant referee has his flag raised for offside. Just 5 minutes remaining now. And he's lost his man here. Eto'o. Decent chance! Oh, wonderful effort, all by himself.
Eto'o certainly looked hungry and exciting on the ball. Confidence is at play here.
pinches it off him. Now it's Eto'o. That looks a cracking ball.
Madrid can really think about the precious seconds that took off the clock. No need to overly commit now.
And it's Van Basten. Can he finish? Goal! They have stolen level at the last! Well, was he ever going to miss that? Of course he wasn't.
Such a smart finish, and the setup was very good too, but defensively, they didn't cover themselves in glory.
It's Ibrahimovic! Oh, denied brilliantly!
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
Desperate defending required here. Ibrahimovic! Went with his head, but couldn't steer it in. Now it's Hazard. And this is Ibrahimovic. Ibrahimovic! Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
The message is simple. Defend this with your lives. And he's taking no chances there. And that will be the final act. Well, nothing to separate the sides in the end, not for the want of desire, drive or determination. No complaints. Any reflections on what... Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. So straight into the action.
Here's a man, Peter, that inspired so many and always said that success is no accident. It takes hard work and perseverance.
How he epitomised that attitude. He worked so hard to become a player so far ahead of everybody else.
He boasted a playing style that was so unique too. The first centre-forward perhaps to drop back, use his vision, make those clever little late runs. He is, for me, the ideal teammate. The perfect blend of power, speed, athleticism, technique. Nobody, and I repeat...
Decent chance! All right on the edge of the penalty area. What's he getting here? So a big chance now from 12 yards. So perhaps now the breakthrough. 1-0, just one winner. Not a twitch, not a blink.
I just think the keeper committed himself too early.
So a breakthrough already. This is a promising build-up. Messi takes a shot! And that's a tidy finish. They're level in a trice.
Well, that's so refreshing. They went a goal down and you never would have guessed it. Their reaction has been emphatic.
Another moment of magic, a real wow. Oh no, what has happened here? More and more pressure on the ball here. Osimhen. And he's quick to return it. Elects to cross. No, couldn't quite control it.
That's good play. Plenty of targets in the penalty area and plenty of movement too.
Costa Curta. Looking to pass their way up the pitch. And it's Messi. Now that's well seen too. Mateus. That's destined for the flank. And they've got rid.
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
Now it's Neymar. And he's had it nicked away. Pass somewhat off target. Here's Conte! Pirlo. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. Messi. Looking for options for movement. Messi unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Well, the run has been sold a little bit short there.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. And he's heaved it away. And that's been won straight back. Aimed beyond the defence. It's Pele! It's hit the upright. Perilously close. And he was quick to react. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
Paris Saint-Germain clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
Rijkaard. That has not gone well. Musiala. No, not quite on the same wavelength. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Pirlo wins the duel this time. And he's intervened well there. Tar. Passing is crisp and sharp. He's a sharp little ball here. Zanetti. Conte. Passes coming off in quick succession here. Rijkaard. And it's Neymar. It's a pretty loose pass. And here's the chance to counter. Mateus. Now it's Pelé. And he's running Pelé! Oh, it rattles the bar. Well, there's the clearance. Barcelona have reclaimed it. Now it's Van Basten. Roberto Carlos with the challenge, and he has given away a free kick. Well, he's hit it long, but astray. Messi gets it clear. He's going to be disappointed with that. Stam gets across to intercept that. Pirlo conjures time and space where few can. And that signals the end of the first period. Well, the glass is either half full or half empty. Neither side yet truly to impose themselves, and it's level pegging at half-time. So 45 minutes of uncompromising football, and at the break, it's one each. And so we're off again. Musiala. And Mateus. And it's Messi. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Musiala looking to pass their way up the pitch. Played out wide. Now it's Pelé! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Pelé actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest. It might not be such a bad idea playing this short and into feet.
Yeah, they've got to find a way around this huge height disadvantage. And now a sudden chance to counter. Van Basten had a really good go at breaking through, but ultimately he was just about kept out.
Yeah, definitely not much wrong with what he tried, all things...
Shoots! Vermaelen is there to clear. Oh, easy pickings there. Oh, shooting chance! Oh, that wasn't the worst effort in the world.
Yeah, we can't fault him for the attempt, although it might have been a case of momentary tunnel vision then.
No, that's been intercepted. Neymar. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Neymar going face-to-face with his great rival.
Wow, look who's involved.
Pelé does have his name on the score sheet, of course. Now it's Ronaldinho. Not the most accurate pass. Stam. Vermaelen. Silvestre. Nicely shaped ball. And this is Neymar. And it's Zanetti. Costa Curta getting this one clear.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. Pirlo is the team's great visionary. Strong running down that left flank. Neymar. Now that looks a decent ball. Now it's Neymar. He's found a way through. Shapes to shoot! Goal! Paris Saint-Germain! And they're back in front. That is so good. Such sharp skills and such a delicious finish.
Oh, what a finish. I mean, an instinctive finish at that, and he probably didn't even have time to think about it too much.
Changement pour le Paris Saint-Germain. Le numéro 45. Le numéro 12.
So changes afoot here and from both sides.
Neymar.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for.
Le numéro 19.
It's so often the case with goal scorers, little influence, and all of a sudden, bang.
Changement en cours.
Changes him with that pass. Played out to the left flank. Paris Saint-Germain perhaps wondering what the best time is for their next substitution.
Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive?
There's the shot! That's going to go a long way. Not a bad try by any means.
Well, look, they know they've got a height advantage, and it's time for them to use it.
He's shooting! He's got a goal! And that takes him up to 30. What a moment of brilliance. Control and perfect accuracy.
Oh, what a touch. I mean, how good was that? Poetry in motion.
Well, that has changed the dynamic somewhat.
To be expected, Peter. They've gone and stepped it up, something they've been threatening to do and will continue to do by the looks of it.
Space for him to turn and look. Pings it across. And a header! Went with his head, but couldn't steer it in.
I thought it was a really good break. No shortage of pace nor intensity. Exactly what's required when on the counter-attack.
Beckenbauer is there, and he can get that clear. Barcelona are looking to go forward now. And here's Messi. Tries to play it through. Shot a goal! Oh, it's fallen loose again! And it's there! It's all becoming so easy. And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
That has been drummed into him from such an early age, Peter. It almost came as second nature. He susses the keeper couldn't hold on to it, and he's there in a flash.
Changement pour le Paris Saint-Germain. Le numéro 6.
Now some movement on the bench, and we are going to see a change. So now the difference is 3.
And things are much healthier in their favour. Mind you, you would have thought that when the last one went in.
Oh no, this does not look good. That's gone loose. No, that was never going to make it.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
He's on it, can he get away?
Il y aura 4 minutes de temps additionnel.
Into a minimum of 4 minutes additional time. Can he get it through? He's in plenty of space here. That is good alertness. Mateus. Pedri. Great vision. And he welcomes it in. Zanetti. That's that, the end. So a real showpiece win. This lot was simply far too clever for their opponents, and this... Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. And we're underway. Jim, you've played in games of this nature. Who can make the difference?
The fella you're looking at, Peter, Ashraf Hakimi. I think one of the better offensive fullbacks anywhere in the world. He's very much the modern fullback. He was a winger, moved a little bit deeper, but he still has that passion to get forward. And we know it's backed up by a great engine and occasionally an eye for goal.
Yeah, he'll certainly be leaving his mark on this game, quite possibly actually at both ends. Now it's Bale, and they can counter here. Oh, well measured. Cut it out. Goes for a shot! They score!
Can you think of a better way to have started this game? Talk about how to stamp your authority on things. You've just seen it.
And that is about as cool as they come. He picked his spot expertly.
That's just a fabulous, fabulous finish. Anything that close to the frame of the goal, 99 times out of 100, the keeper's not getting there.
I doubt very much that this was in the script. And that was probably asking just too much.
He did very well trying to adjust himself, but not the expected outcome.
Pinches it off him. And it's Balde. Looking for options for movement. That's gone all the way through to the keeper.
Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive?
And that should get the job done. Oh, he's been caught on it here! Pedri. Spread out to the left. It's a pretty loose pass. And it's Pedri. And it's made its shapes to shoot! Oh, he's given that plenty, but no. Bops him off it and wins back the ball. Mbappe! Balde has the space to scheme.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
And here's Mbappe. Nicely weighted ball. Check, clears without hesitation. There's a sharp little ball here. That's a simple one for the keeper. And here's Mbappe. And he's being shifted off it. And he's there to get it away. Messi. And he welcomes it in. Yamal.
Barcelona really are one of these sides that pride themselves on their ability to maintain possession.
Yeah, and some would say that that means they play the game the right... Shot a goal! It's a goal! Barcelona are back in business. It looked as though it'd gone too wide. He wasn't having that, though, and somehow he found the angle.
Peter, you have to have a certain imagination to produce the incredible, and that was incredible.
So they have it all to do again.
Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what you want from a big game.
Vinicius Junior. Guardiola. Batistuta. Zanetti. That's been intercepted. And here's Mbappe. Messi. Quick look, thought about cutting inside. Yeah, he's offering an apology for that. He needed to deliver a better ball. Messi. Oh, good spread. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Nicely spread. Yamal chasing after it. And now they can clear their lines. Now it's Mbappe. Great ball if he can get there. That's really well cleared. And reclaimed it in a trice. Now it's Messi. That's going wide left. Space for him to turn and look. Oh, good effort! Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it. Well, look, they know they've got a height advantage, and it's time for them to use it.
Barcelona are looking to go forward now. Great vision, and that could set him on his way. And the shot! Oh, that is a fair try, and it's half-time. Well, the glass is either half full or half empty. Neither side yet truly to impose themselves, and it's level pegging at half-time. So we reach the halfway point.
Well, I think keeping our neutral hats on, Peter, this is more than a decent game of football where we've seen plenty of creativity. Both sides really ought to be looking to up the urgency, though.
Well, they've gone toe-to-toe for those 45 minutes, and at half-time the score is 1-1. The second half is up and running. And it's Pedri. Reinders. Batistuta. Robertson is always looking to play quality balls. Bale has it out wide and in space. Oh, that was vital. Not the most accurate pass. Looking to pass their way up the pitch. This is Batistuta. Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it.
You know, it was an intervention that had to be made. Serious trouble lay in store.
Pedri. And here's Mbappe. Messi. That is an excellent defensive intervention from the front man. That ball looks a good one. Robertson. Messi. Yamal. Yamal going like a man possessed at the moment. Tar. Vermaelen. Zanetti, given the lift of his goal. And it's Zanetti. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. Yamal, can he get it through? Well, quality clearly deserted him at the crucial moment.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
Balde. What a throw in. It's a poor throw that, picked off with relative ease. Yamal. He has found the way through, delivered low. And he gets rid in a hurry. Rijkaard wins the duel this time. He's looking wide, now it's Bale. Pedri. Reinders. This is a promising build-up. Played out towards the right wing. Oh, he's played it in low. That should be the goalkeeper's, and it is.
Changement pour le Paris Saint-Germain. Le numéro 18.
So changes afoot here, and from both sides.
Messi. Le numéro 13. À leur place, le numéro 45.
Paris Saint-Germain perhaps wondering what the best time is for their next substitution.
Changement en cours.
Passing is crisp and sharp. And here's Zanetti. He can run onto that. And he cuts out the supply. Dembele. And here's Bale. Osimhen. Dembele. Played over towards the opposite flank. And it's Bale. Looking for the run. Now it's Osimhen. He's shifting through the gears here. It's anyone's ball now. And that is well cleared.
Well, there's no doubt that they want to win this, Peter. They'll have to maintain the energy and dynamism until the very end, though.
Balde. And here's Haaland. Haaland! And no, he couldn't find the finish.
Well, we could be headed for a scenario in which next goal is the winner. That chance could have been it too.
Saka. Hakimi has created one goal already. He's on it, can he get away? A game with so much to recommend it. Fabulous contest, but still no clear winner.
Listen, the fans haven't given up on this by any means. They still believe it can be won.
Lampard. Saka. Musiala. That's a throw.
Changement pour le Paris Saint-Germain. Le numéro 10. Bale. Le numéro 14.
And it's Lampard.
Le numéro 7.
It's Lampard!
Le numéro 4. Sylvestre.
And that is doing no harm at all. Osimhen. Now, can they get him away? Pass is just off target.
De temps additionnel.
Played out to the left flank. And the return pass. Looking tidy in possession here. Confirmation that there will be 2 minutes stoppage time. That's a sharp pass. Added time is up, and there goes the whistle. So it does end all square. Inspiration. The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. So things are underway.
And you know, Peter, it's great to see Samuel Eto'o on the team sheet. Energetic, fast, strong, a deadly finisher, and his stamina is absolutely exceptional. He just doesn't stop running.
Quite genuine African superstar.
And usually leaves you something to remember.
And the finish! And he's done it!
Well, talk about a real rude awakening. It's almost as if the defence saw nothing coming. They just didn't anticipate. On heels rather than toes. Yeah, and he did well not to stray offside there as well, Peter. He just seemed to instinctively know when the ball was going to be delivered, and he got it right.
I doubt very much that this was in the script.
They've got to be quick moving this forward.
Messi wants to run onto this. Robertson. And here's the chance to counter. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. So just the one early goal to report so far. And the score is 1-0. He's picked his way through. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Xavi. And here's Eto'o.
Eto'o really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
First quarter of an hour gone. And it's Robertson. Out for a throw. Robertson. Guardiola. Looking tidy in possession here. And this is Bale. And they've got a throw. Tries to pass it through. Oh, it's come loose. Robson has an approach to the game which is pretty much shoot on sight. Zico. Oh, this is a very good run. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. That is a great pick out. He's got plenty of space out wide here. Guardiola. Guardiola! Oh, there's a probing ball.
A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
Cute ball now, how can he reach it? He is through here! Zico, no way through, so back it comes. Zanetti. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Is there any support? And Messi! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Messi actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
And it's Robertson. This might spell real chance! And it's in! Two to the good, and they are purring, absolutely purring. We knew what was coming, and he has outfoxed the keeper again.
Well, how's that for composure, Peter? You can see the keeper tried to put as much pressure on him by staying upright, but it didn't faze him, not in the slightest.
Paris Saint-Germain are doing very nicely, thank you.
Well, that's a real psychological weight off the shoulders.
Shot a goal! It's loose now, and they want to get it back. Messi. Robson. He's a sharp little ball here. Zanetti. Now that looks a decent ball. Vermaelen calmly anticipates. And now they can clear their lines. Now it's Batistuta. Nicely shaped ball. And he's taking no chances there. Taken back almost at once. Half-time coming up, and little doubt as to which of the two sides is the happier. Zico. Check, gets it away. They're back in possession and ready to go again. Deftly away. It's a good ball out wide, and that was asking for too much. Eto'o chasing after it. And he's only too happy to take that back. Messi. And that's another good win of the ball. Now that's well seen too. Makaleli. Robson. Lovely pass, but can he get there? And the referee has blown for half-time. Any strong opinions on the first half?
Well, I think things have worked out pretty well so far, Peter. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I think the manager has to resist change at this stage.
Paris Saint-Germain looking good, feeling good. It is 2-0 at the break.
Senhoras e senhores, o telão está exibindo um boletim informativo da polícia local. Substituição no time do Flamengo. Camisa 24.
And here is the first touch of the second
Para a
half.
entrada do jogador, camisa 23.
And it's Messi. Nicely weighted ball. And he's picked it up out wide, driven in. Vermaelen clears it away. Here comes another cross. It's cleared by the keeper. Messi. That has been cut short. Ambitious ball here. That has ended up in no man's land. Looking to pass their way up the pitch. Zico. Zico unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Messi. Can he get it through? Messi, he's found a way through. And he decides to cross it. And he's taking no chances there. And there's his chance to lead the counter. Guardiola. Paris Saint-Germain, with this handy-looking 2-0 lead, they are looking comfortable. Now it's Zico. Well, good play on the left-hand side here. Roberto Carlos. Played in by Roberto Carlos. Guardiola gets it away.
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
Vermaelen. And it's Messi. Guardiola. Robertson is one of the key... A header! And he's straight offside. Now it's Bale. Oh, good-looking ball. Oh, no joy this time. Shevchenko is onto it in a flash. And that has put paid to that. Messi will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Spread to the right. Cross flung in towards the middle. And they've managed to get rid. He's had a shot! He pondered over it, and that goes down as a chance missed.
No surprise there. Can't be hesitant in those moments, Peter. Just allowed the defence to regroup and stop the attack.
That has been knocked clear. Batistuta. This is Messi.
It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
Oh, just skips past his man. There's a no-nonsense tackle.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Makaleli. Looking to play him in. Shevchenko.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
And Makaleli. Robson. Delivers the ball. Cleared without hesitation.
Flamengo truly seem to be at loggerheads in trying to sort this out. Is it the passing or the movement that's the problem? I think both.
Great defending, strong and determined. Now it's Messi. Oh, he's having a go!
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
And here's Zico. And it's Xavi. He's had a fair tumble under that challenge. Yeah, he's fouled him there.
Substituição no time do Flamengo. Camisa 7. Vai ser substituído pelo jogador camisa 6.
Well, there is some activity down on the touchline. It seems there's going to be a change. Well, he's going to be disappointed with that. And this is Shevchenko! And how did he not put that away?
He's definitely playing with a lot more conviction. This team should look to him to produce the catalyst for a comeback.
Vermaelen getting this one clear. Well, that is one way to stop him. Searching pass he's played there. Osimhen takes a shot! Well, that's another chance! Not the most convincing of passes. And that is well cleared. And reclaimed it in a trice. Well, that pass isn't the best. Xavi.
Paris Saint-Germain are totally dominant in the middle of the park. A no-way through zone.
Foram indicados 2
Looking for a
minutos de
run-up.
acréscimo.
Dink through.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Substituição no time do Flamengo. Camisa 11. Camisa 17.
Friol. And that is as far as it goes. Paris Saint-Germain are walking off satisfied with their day's work. A result no less warranted, no less deserving of their efforts. A job done in a highly professional manner. Your reflections then, Jim?
Well, the look on the manager's face says it all.
Hello.
He knows he set his attack up perfectly, and the players carried out his instructions to the letter.
Oh, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. So straight into the action. Well, here's one of the standout names of his day, Jim, Dragan Stojkovic.
Yeah, Peter, there was a time when the Balkans produced an incredible number of truly remarkable footballers, and out of them all, he was probably the best, at least technically, I'd say.
And the crowd love him. They're chanting his name. He is their hero. And Messi! Oh, that wasn't the worst effort in the world. Now, what about a counter-attack? Rummenigge. Distributed tidily.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
And they're back on the ball again. Now it's Snyder. And he's let fly. Gave it a go, but off target.
No, it's a fair attempt. I think he felt he could line one up there. The odds were never really in his favour.
Snyder! That's a little off target. Forced to go back. So, Jim, what have you made of what we've seen so far?
Well, both sides seem happy with the patient approach for now, still trying to have a good look at one another.
Messi. That's a throw. Still goalless at the moment. Zanetti gets a foot in here. Well, that pass isn't the best. Robertson is one of the key ingredients in the team's attack. That has ended up in no man's land. Paris Saint-Germain do seem to have a very clear game plan here, Jim.
Yeah, they're set up to play those long balls from deep, Peter. The front men have certainly been busy making the runs beyond that defence.
Well, it's a tried and tested formula, OK, but very demanding too.
Well, you need your boys up front to work extremely hard, and you need to get the passing right as well, of course.
Tries to play it through.
Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive?
Rijkaard. Looking for options for movement. Oh, now here's an interest. He'll try from distance! And collective relief etched on the faces of the defenders.
Modern football for you. You get zero time to think on the ball. Take too long, and that happens. It gets pinched.
Rijkaard. Nicely weighted ball. Tar is pretty much the definition of the word uncompromising. Well, played right into his path. Well, a glitch with the rangefinder there, and evident annoyance.
He made it look a bit predictable.
Well cut out, no margin for error there at all. Just more than 15 minutes till half-time. Rummenigge receives it in a wide position. Shot at goal! It's there! He knows it's taken a big and very kind deflection, but he is claiming it nonetheless. So we have the first goal.
Well, I guess this ought to make things interesting, Peter. No doubt the opposition will now be forced to play a...
And Messi! And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that. They've got a healthy number of very tall targets to pick out from this corner.
Messi! Oh, terrific save from the keeper.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
Tar kept his eye on it, and he's there. And they've got rid. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
Rummenigge! And he should have made them pay.
He did well there, held his run enough to ensure he didn't stray offside. Paris Saint-Germain truly have no need to panic. They can reassess at half-time.
Schneider conjures time and space where few can.
It's the sort of situation they'll want to capitalise on now.
Vermaelen. Just 5 minutes left until the break. Messi has the space to scheme. Opts him off it and wins back the ball. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Rummenigge. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Schneider. He's had it taken off him. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. So, a temporary halt to the action. Well, there were plenty of talking points in that first half, but just the one goal. It's still anybody's game here. Paris Saint-Germain trailing by the tightest of margins at half-time.
Well, let's not beat about the bush, Peter. It's been fairly flat, and the supports have had little to cheer about, so an awful lot of questions have got to be asked, and the answers need to be found in a hurry.
So that's how it stands at halfway. We'll be back with the second half very soon. And here is the first touch of the second half.
Well, I think in these circumstances it's all about how to adjust the balance of your team. I mean, you want to get back in it as soon as possible, but without leaving yourself too open.
Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Messi. Now he... And Messi! Oh, full marks for that effort.
Yeah, certainly could have been something so much more.
Stam.
And again, they're pressing effectively.
Well, it's Batistuta. And it's Bale. Batistuta. Big chance! And it's in! Saint-Germain are back on level terms. So smooth, a signature finish.
I was impressed with both the movement and the pass, both causing lots of problems for that defence.
We're looking at a different game now.
Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what you want from a big game.
Stojkovic.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Stojkovic tries to pass it through, takes aim and crosses. Stam getting this one clear. So what can they make of this? Messi in acres of space out wide. Bit too much weight on the pass. Messi. Pass somewhat off target.
Well, I'm hoping for a nice open second half now. It's there to be won.
Spread neatly. He's rising! No, couldn't quite control it.
Well, you see what a difference it makes to have so many runners into the box. Makes life so much harder for that defence.
Vieira. Nicely aimed pass. It's a good surge, he's making up the left-hand side. Nice interception, well timed. Almost an hour gone.
They've got to be quick moving this forward.
And it's Messi. Messi will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Deftly away. Well, they've got it back in a hurry. Well, that was a period of possession which carried just about no threat at all. Zanetti. He's shifting through the gears here. And he's quick to snatch it back. Schneider! And Czech pulls off a sensational save. And he's cleared it out of harm's way.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
Looking for the run. It's a throw-in. And it's Robertson. Oh, some tackle that. And he was quick to react. It's a pretty loose pass. Guardiola. Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. Zanetti. Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it.
Oh, that's brilliantly defended, though. It looked destined for a goal.
Rijkaard. Great vision. Rummenigge. That's a decent clearance. That is a jarring tackle, but apparently nothing wrong with it.
Don't you just love the level of intensity here? Neither is prepared to back down, and to be honest, that's how it should be.
He knew what was coming. That's a yellow card.
Changement pour le Paris Saint-Germain. Le numéro 10.
So we have movement on both benches.
Le numéro 10. Bale. Le numéro 13. Le numéro 22.
The ball is loose and the chase is on. Out towards the flank.
Le numéro 15. Le numéro 7. Le numéro 9.
Tries a shot!
Le numéro 6. Le numéro
A real
45.
chance and a real let-off. The Marlin is there to clear. Taken back almost at once. Troy, and Cruyff! Now, who's going to be first to this? That'll be a throw-in. Intercepts the throw, that's well read. A game with so much to recommend it. Fabulous contest, but still no clear winner.
It's a very open game and an exciting watch. There are no signs of nerves or caginess from either team. This pitch is go-for-it territory right now. I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
In with the challenge. Kante did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. That's a shade optimistic.
Temps additionnel, 3
Yeah.
minutes.
Rui Costa. Well, we expected better, and so did he. Jorginho. Now it's Osimhen. And it's Robertson. And that pass just didn't quite work. Now he's off and running. And that'll be the end of that.